I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Culture Pavilion in Davos. Very pleased to be joined by Noreena Hertz, best-selling author and economist. So what's on your mind here in Davos? You've told me that you're not so cheery this year.
No, I feel that we're entering actually a pretty bleak year ahead. I mean, real geopolitical and economic tensions. Geopolitically, I think the big thing that should be on all of our radar, if it's not there already, is Russia. I mean, that potentially could be a game changer in Europe. Not only is there the problem potentially of the Russian economy itself imploding, but what will Putin, the wounded bear, do in that sort of a scenario? How will he maybe have to appeal to his domestic electorate and make political moves, potentially territorial moves, that could really destabilize Europe? Economically, Europe not out of the woods by any means yet. European elections in Greece, of course, government elections this Sunday, I mean, could really throw a spanner in the works. I don't think we should actually see the Syriza situation as such an outliner. It's really representing a whole group of people who feel disenfranchised, who feel that austerity really has harmed them. And we're seeing that playing out all over Europe, whether we're seeing rise of extremist right parties or extremist left parties. So geopolitically, economically, worrying times, and then technology continuing to be a game changer in industry after industry.
So that's not so negative, right?
No, that's the one area where I kind of, technology, for those who are not prepared and for those who are not prepared to change, technology becomes a big obstacle. For those who are willing to take risks, experiments, and look forward, technology becomes an opportunity to grab.
So I want to look a little bit at Russia. Where do you think we could see, if you were the most pessimistic, what would you see happening?
Well, I'd see already foreign investors getting very worried with the situation there. I think as the ruble continues to fall, which it in all likelihood will, likely chance that the Russian government will impose capital controls, which obviously will make investors run away if they haven't already. So economically, and Russia's a country I've spent 6 years working in, so it's a country I know pretty well. Economically, I think a really tough road ahead for Russians who are already seeing a dramatic decline in GDP, but also, of course, for countries who export to Russia or services who have been relying on the Russian ruble power for quite a few years. And then there is a real question of what's going to happen geopolitically. Is the Crimean situation a one-off? I mean, people I speak to who are close to the Kremlin are not sure. And that is something we should all be very worried about.
And what if the oil price goes back up? How does that make things different?
Obviously, oil has been the big spanner that was thrown into the works. And the Russian economy is so intertwined and coupled with the oil price. So that could change matters, but at the moment, no clear signs that is going to reverse course.
Noreena, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.